Hey y'all, what's up? I'm here for the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 9, episode 5. I know I didn't even do Empire last week and everything. I still haven't even watched the episode. Like, I don't know. I'm just not really interested in the show like I used to be. So I don't even know if I want to review it anymore, but I don't know, y'all. But anyways, we start this episode off with Phaedra. She's at her house. She's talking on the phone with the congresswoman, that had on the cool cowboy hat last season when they all went to that when they all went to that event for their sons and everything. She's telling her about another unarmed black man and about this DNC event that's in Philly and everything. And then Portia shows up, and Phaedra is trying to get an update from her about the Todd guy that Portia is seeing, and they're just figuring it out, dating or whatever, taking things slow. Phaedra is telling her about the event that's in Philly and everything. Phaedra, she has to kind of talk on this panel or whatever, so she's kind of nervous about that. But Portia, she agrees to go and everything because Phaedra wanted her to go. And Phaedra is like that she's going to visit Apollo while he's there because you guys know that he's in a facility that's outside of Philly or whatever. And she's saying that the divorce process has been slowed up because of him or whatever. I'm like, well, from what we've been reading, if y'all haven't seen the blogs lately, apparently, Phaedra has said that the divorce was finalized or whatever, but apparently she lied because now Apollo is trying to file for divorce from her and everything. I was just like, ooh. See, that damn Phaedra, she be lying. She be lying. She got a history of lying on this damn show. But anyways, we get Kenya and Cynthia. They go to this cake place to learn how to make cakes and everything. Matt's birthday is coming up, and she wants to learn she wants to make a cake for him for his birthday, and she also wants to replace the Gucci belt that he lost or whatever. Kenya is telling Cynthia about the family reunion and how it was good, and they liked her and everything. Even though she got hit with the 10th degree from the sister at first. Kenya, she's doing this couples thing or whatever. This ATV, event or whatever that she wants to do. And Cynthia is like, oh, I can't go because I'm single now and all this other stuff. And Kenya's like, well, I don't want you to feel bad about it. So she calls up Candy because she wants Candy to go to the event and everything. And she also wants Lena and RL to come to the event. And Candy, she's making a joke about, well, what about Sheree and Bob or whatever. And then Kenya is like, well, I don't think Bob could fit into an ATV, and neither can Thunder Thighs or whatever, talking about Sheree. So anyways, Kenya, she's telling Cynthia about the argument that she had with Sheree at Phaedra's little event and everything, and she talks about Sheree stuttering or whatever. So moving on from that, we get Sheree. She's going to talk to her son about his arrest or whatever. He got like a DUI, and she's telling him how she raised him better than that. And I'm thinking to myself, wasn't Sheree the same one that was talking shit about Nene's son getting arrested? Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. I believe she was definitely the one talking shit. Yeah. And now your son is in the same predicament. See, you never know. You never know. It could be you in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Why you talking about somebody else? But anyways, he also, I guess, was smoking earlier that day or whatever, and he's telling her that he got pulled over for an expired tag and all this other stuff, and she brings up the Million Man March. That was the name of the event that they went to last year. And how all the women that was there, they was talking about their sons being killed and everything, and how he's a black man in this world and that he has to work a little bit harder, and all that stuff. And she thinks that he needs to have a conversation with Bob, his dad. So moving on from that, we get Kandi and her and Todd. They're at the old lady gang restaurant. They still trying to get shit done. She's irritated because they 3 months behind, and next thing Peter, he shows up and everything, and Kandi calls him the restaurant expert. I'm like, well, I don't know about that, but I'm just saying. But apparently, I guess he's trying to make another bar here, I mean, not here because I don't live in it. I don't live in Atlanta, but he's trying to make another bar there in Atlanta or whatever. Now that his bar in Charlotte, is successful and everything. Peter, he's looking around the place, giving his opinion on stuff, and Kandi, she heads out to get Ace and everything. So Todd is like, man, you be forgetting about me or whatever. You better come back to Atlanta and act like and all this other stuff. And as they're looking around and everything, he's saying that he wish Apollo could be here to see everything. And he asks Peter, have you talked to Apollo and everything? And Peter's like, yeah, I talk to him about two to three times a month. And he said, Todd, he brings up Cynthia and everything, and Peter is like that, that the workload was like too much for her and all this other stuff, and that he was in it forever. But sometimes people, they drift apart. And Todd, he's scared because he feels like maybe he's doing too much with Kandi or whatever as far as business is concerned. And Peter, he says that that's what it was with Cynthia. Him and Cynthia, they did too much together or whatever, and they have and they think totally different when it comes to business or whatever. He's more aggressive or whatever, this, that, and the third. I'm like, well, I feel like you kind of aggressive all the way around, not just with business, but whatever. Is especially the way he would talk to Cynthia and everything. Like, yeah, you just ain't aggressive with business. But anyway, so he pretty much is saying that she didn't believe in him, and that wives are supposed to be supportive of their husbands 1,000%, and vice versa, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I mean, it's kind of hard to be supportive of a motherfucker that's sitting up here constantly taking her money to try to build these investments that don't work out. And it's not like as if y'all just had one bad investment. You've had multiple bad investments throughout this marriage or whatever. And then on top of that, we've seen you do stuff behind her back and then tell her about it after the fact and think she's supposed to be cool with it. Like, the fuck? I probably wouldn't be supportive of your ass either. Like, doing sneaky, slick, and sly shit. The fuck? But, anyways, Peter tells Todd, like, look, you survived the old lady gang, so you and Kandi gonna be good or whatever. So, moving on from that, we get Cynthia. She's in the car with Noel, and they're looking at new houses and everything. And Peter, he pretty much wants the house that, she's living in now to be sold or whatever. It's not that he doesn't want money from it. He just doesn't want her living in that house with nobody else. I'm like, but your name is on the motherfucking house, so how he gonna try to regulate? Like, child, whatever. But anyway, so the house that they go to, it has 6 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms or whatever, and they even have an outdoor shower. I thought the house looked really nice and everything. Don't really know why they need that big of a house. It's just gonna be them two, but yeah. But anyways, Noelle, she's like, we're ready to make an offer and everything, and Cynthia's like, Noelle, you need to turn it down, pump your motherfucking brakes, unless you want to be like Kandi and buy her mama a house. Yeah, I'm gonna need for you to calm it down. So anyways, moving on from that, we get a cross scene between Portia and Phaedra and Sheree and Bob talking to their son. So let's talk about Phaedra and Portia first. So they're in Philly or whatever, at the event and everything, and it's different people speaking, and then it's different people that speaks during the day or whatever, and then at night it's supposed to be like this real big event or whatever. And then I think this is the next day, they're Phaedra, she's, on this panel or whatever, having a discussion about Black Lives Matter. Trayvon Martin's older brother is there. We have Judge Mathis there. Pastor Jamal Bryant, he's also there. And I'm just like, I don't like Pastor Jamal Bryant. Like, I don't. Like, it's just like, why is you here? Oh my god! Like, and I still can't believe Tweet is dating him. Like, damn girls, you that damn desperate? Like, whatever. But anyway, so like, I just like when I remember when I first heard about that shit, I was just like, why? But anyway, so after the event or whatever, Phaedra and Portia, I'm sorry, after the event, Portia, she has to leave to go to Dish Nation and everything. Phaedra is sad because she really wanted Portia to be there, for her going to see Apollo and everything. And Portia is like that. She just wants Phaedra to get some closure from that situation or whatever. So back to Sheree and Bob. So Sheree, she goes to Bob's house with her son or whatever, and Bob, he, starts, giving his spiel and his input on what happened. And, Bob is like, when I retired, I got my medical card. Because I won't gonna be like all these other athletes out here, in pain and shit, and then being addicted to pain pills or whatever. And Sheree, her eyes got big at first, like, nigga, you ain't helping the situation. Because, he was saying that, I'm not going to really condemn you because, of the simple fact that I have, a medical card or whatever. And Sheree was like, let's just hope Bob wasn't the one who passed him the blunt. I was so weak because I'm like, I understand where Bob coming from, but I'm like, nigga, you talking to your damn son here. You know. But, he actually gets serious as he's talking to his son or whatever, and he's telling him, what I don't condone is like a free-for-all smoking session and all this other stuff. And, he brings up the police as well, like Sheree did, and all this other stuff, and really having a heart-to-heart with, Cairo and everything. And I thought that was cool, Bob, he's telling him whatever drug comes your way, pass up on it all. You know what I'm saying? And, the son, he pretty much, Cairo, he pretty much apologizes and, says that he's going to make better decisions. So, moving on from that, we get Kandi. Todd apparently has been walking around with his stinking balls in the same clothes for 3 damn days now. He's trying to, get this restaurant together. Mama Joyce, she comes through and everything. And, they're like, are you gonna, take the baby with you and everything, this, that, and the third? And she's like, well, I have something to show y'all and all this other stuff. And she's saying that, they've been working so hard and everything. And she was like, well, at least Kandi anyway. I said, even after the fact that they married and all this other stuff, you still just gotta shade Todd. Like, for what? Like, I mean, he doing more labor work than what the fuck Kandi ass is doing. like, seriously, you know what I mean? But, anyways, Mama Joyce, they see that she set up something romantic for them, handcuffs and blindfolds and all this other stuff. And I agree with Kandi. It is kind of weird when your mom is doing something like that for you or whatever. Todd, he starts putting on the blindfold and everything, and I'm kind of looking like, I hope he washed his funky ass first before trying to get all, intimate and stuff. I was just saying, but anyway, so Kenya, she's on the phone with Cynthia, in her car or whatever. She's telling Kenya about the house that she went to view and how she likes it. Kenya, she starts talking about her and Matt, having a silly argument over a picture of her and Jay-Z back in the day from him and Jermaine Dupri's video, Money Ain't a Thing. And, she's like that Matt made a big deal about it because she posted the picture with her and Jay-Z. I'm like, how long ago did that song come out? Like, over a damn decade ago? Beyonce. Jay-Z is married to a whole nother female. One of the baddest chicks in the game, okay? Like, you really, like, Matt, really? Like, get over your fucking self. So, anyways, she says that, he has a habit of banging on walls and throwing a little temper tantrum. I'm like, a little temper tantrum? Like, Yeah, okay. But anyway, so she said that she still wants to spend his birthday with him or whatever, whatever. Anyway, so moving on from that, we're back with Kandi and Todd real quick. She's wearing an outfit that she never wore for him before, this, that, and the third. And then she reflects on the fact that they're the only ones left, that's in a relationship or in a marriage or whatever, that in their circle. And Todd, he brings up the fact, like, damn, like, it's 5 years the cutoff point, because they bring up Cynthia and Phaedra's marriages, how pretty much after 5 years that shit, now that shit is in the dumps or whatever. Kandi says, well, at least, they still have Kenya and Matt. I'm like, well. If y'all ain't been seeing what the fuck been going on the past week or so, apparently Matt got a new girlfriend. And and they just, him and Kenya been going back and forth on social media. And then I just seen something earlier today where Matt posted a picture on Instagram with him and his new girl, whatever. And in the caption, he was pretty much talking about last night's show and talking about pretty much trying to say like it was a whole bunch of lies being told, this, that, and the third. Kenya, you better run for the motherfucking hills and never look back, because that, no. No. And my whole thing is, though, it's like, didn't they just spend Thanksgiving together and already, like, it just something don't seem right about that. But, anyways, moving on. So, we're at the ATV event, Kenya's event that she put together for Matt or whatever. Lena, RL, they show up. Kandi and Todd and some other people show up. They're like, where's Matt at and everything? We here for him or whatever. Matt, apparently, he, ran off to California with his sister and everything. And, he had to see his sister or whatever. And, he never came back. And I'm just like, see, that's complete and utter bullshit right there. Straight up bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And she says that, she does feel hurt, that she feels hurt and she feels embarrassed or whatever, but at the same time she didn't want to just straight up cancel. She knows how to put on the brave face or whatever. So they're having fun, driving, driving the thing or whatever. And then afterwards they sit down and eat and everything, and Kandi is like, all right, Kenya, spill the beans about what's really going on with Matt or whatever. So she tells them that, I went to the family reunion, and even though I got the 5th degree and everything, it was, good and all this other stuff. And RL, he's telling her, because of the fact that you have a brand in yourself, a lot of guys don't want to play the role of stepman. And Kenya, she asks Todd, like, how does being with Kandi, her being a millionaire and this big star, how do you deal with that? And Todd says, I play my position, you know what I'm saying? Because she's the celebrity, it's not about me, it's about her or whatever. So, that's how we, do things and everything. So, moving on from that, Phaedra, she's outside of Philly, on her way to see Apollo. Phaedra gets a call from her assistant, and it says that it was a bomb threat towards her and all this other stuff. And, she tells her assistant to leave and, get the kids out, of there or whatever. And then she calls her mom. And, Phaedra, she's really frantic and everything. And, Phaedra's mom reassures her that, she got everything and that everything is fine. And then, we're back at Kenya's event or whatever. Todd and Kandi, they get a call from Carmen or whatever about what happened. And, Kandi comes back over and tells them, this dude came to Phaedra's office or whatever with a grenade, saying that he was going to blow it up and kill everybody, including himself or whatever. And, Kenya, she's sympathetic towards the situation with Phaedra because, she has 2 little boys or whatever, and, she wouldn't want nothing to happen to her and all this other stuff. So, lastly, we see Phaedra, on the phone praying with her mom, and then, she calls Apollo and tells him about what happened and everything. And I'm just like, what the fuck you calling him for? Like, if you right outside the damn prison, you know what I'm saying? But, whatever. But that pretty much was the episode. Yeah, that is a crazy situation. If do any of y'all know the backstory on that situation with Phaedra? I did see something or whatever, I guess, but I kind of strolled past it a little bit. But I think it was some '90s rapper or something that had an issue with her. I don't know. I don't know the whole backstory. If y'all know, y'all let me know in the comments below. But I do feel for Phaedra, you know, in that situation. That is a scary situation, especially when you got kids and all this other stuff. But I don't know why the hell she called Apollo if she was about to walk in and see him anyway. She could have just told him then and there. But anyways, yeah. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys come back, and I will see you guys in the next video.